How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to my comic life, where tonight I really want to talk about my top 10 most anticipated comics for the comics that are coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow's the best day of the whole entire week when we get our new stack of comics. And so, to represent those new stack, I have my top 10 most anticipated list. And also, after that, I'm going to talk about some of the ways I'm getting my comics now. So, coming in at number 10 for my most anticipated, we have Errand Boys, the final issue. Wow. Okay, this series, it kind of had a rocky start. But the thing that kept me going is that the aliens that are in this series are so imaginative. With each and every page, with each and every new alien that you're seeing, they're so awesome to look at. Just aesthetically, it's just so pleasing. So I am super excited to see how this series ends. And I will be doing a whole entire review on the series before the fall or before it comes out in trade paperback, so I can recommend you guys go pick this book up. Coming in at number 9, we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 3. So Miles Morales, he gets word that some kids are being taken from his neck of the woods, so he's going to investigate. In the middle of his investigation, he runs into the Rhino, and of course they have a little bit of a fight, but then they find out that they have a common interest in this whole entire taking of the children. So I'm really excited to see how this book goes forward, because just the whole team up between Miles Morales and the Rhino has been really well done. And the writer in here, I can't see his name on here, but he does a really good job. And like anything like Marvel's doing with Spider-Man has been so well done that it's really amazing how they've been just like giving quality with their Spider-Man titles. Bitterroot issue number 3 will be coming out in this series, or I think it's either issue number 3 or issue number 4. I think it's issue number 4. And Bitterroot is this series about this family that are tasked in the 1940s to kill these monsters that are in New York or in anywhere in the world. And it has a lot to deal with race and how blacks were, basically just the lowest of the lows, and it was just such a hard time for them. And this book doesn't hide away from the nastiness that was in the United States in the 1940s. The art in here is really beautiful. The writing is really top notch. And I'm just excited to see where the story goes. Now on to another Marvel. This is a huge Marvel week for me. Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 2 is coming out. Donny Cates is easily my favorite writer next to Jason Aaron, who is on the Marvel stable. Donny Cates, who created Cosmic Ghost Rider, and he had his own miniseries, which was fantastic. And then I was really wanting to know, what is Donny Cates going to do with this beautiful character that he created? Well, he decided to throw him in with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I am super down with that. Now, the first issue had a lot to deal with. Thanos has been killed, and you find out that Thanos in his last will and testament tells everybody that his consciousness went to a different being, and it might be one that's with him at this very moment. And all hell breaks loose, and then Peter Quill and a brand new batch of Guardians. You see them all here. Though that's not all who's there. Some of them are just red herrings. But I really enjoyed the first issue. I absolutely loved Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider is becoming one of my favorite characters in all the comics. So Donny Cates, you get the biggest praises from me. Your series, I'm just so excited to see what you do with issue number 2. And keep on doing Cosmic Ghost Rider. And I'm really super stoked to get into reading his run on Venom, which I think I'll start tonight. And then coming in at, let's see how many we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming in at number 5, we have Mars Attacks. This series has less to do with the aliens and them attacking Earth, but more to deal with the story of a man who has not lived up to his father's expectations, and them trying to survive in this attack that's happened to Earth. And the story it's a beautiful story about the father who is in his elder years and how he berates his son constantly. And you like me, I'm just like, man, why don't you just leave this asshole behind? But in issue number, I think it was 3 or it was 4, whichever one that's coming out this week or this month. The previous issue, it really dived deep into the psychology between these two people, and how yes, the father has berated the son and said, you have not lived up to my expectations, but maybe because of how different you are than I am, maybe I actually did something right. Like, you didn't go into my path, which is a very angry path, but you found your own way despite of me. So this book is a book that I think a lot of people should give a chance, because it's more than just a Mars attacking. Like, it has little to do with that. I think a lot of people are probably angry about that, but with the story of this father and son, it's been really beautiful. And then we got Aquaman, all new Aquaman. Kelly Sue DeConnick, I had never read any of her stuff, but I heard how great of a writer she was when she did Marvel. And with her Captain Marvel series that she has now gone back to, I was just like, all right, this writer, I just really am intrigued. I loved her dialogue. And the art in here, I think it's Micah Roca. I might be wrong about that. But the art is stunning. Stunning work. And I'm so hoping that this artist can stick on for at least 6 issues and get a whole entire store, like a whole trade paperback of his art. Because if that is so, I would be more than happy to go and pick up this book when it comes out into a hardback or something really big and expensive, because the art in here is just really beautiful. And I love the story of how Arthur has forgotten everything about his past, which is actually quite a refreshing thing, because there's so much that just has gone on. It's sometimes good just to go back to basics. And now in here, him dealing with these sea gods, that it's a really cool little island that they're on, and it's a really intriguing story. I can't wait to see how it goes. And then we have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh man, this Tom Taylor, wow. Okay, his writing is so perfect for Peter Parker. And for him to take Peter Parker and say, all right, we're going to take him, as the name says, Friendly Neighborhood. All we see in here is the neighborhood that Peter Parker lives in. And it is so spectacular. Like seeing him and his dynamics with his roommate, who's a villain, and then him finding out that there's some children that are in his room, and he's there on the run, and then him calling in Johnny Storm, and their banter back and forth. This book, the dialogue between our characters is so freaking good, and I'm just in love with this series. Yep, almost fell. Now this is the top 3. These are books you need to pick up. Middle West, issue number 4 is coming out. Middle West has been a series that, from the very first issue, I was just absolutely blown away. You have a story of a father and a son, just like in Mars Attack, where the son is not living up to the expectation of the father. The father's very angry with his son. Even just him missing his paper route once in like 4 years makes him extremely angry. And then you find out about that their mother left, and how the father blames the son. And then in the middle of all this anger, literally his anger turns the father into like this ghost, like this storm. And our main character runs off with his fox character, with his little fox friend who he can talk to, and it's very much is like an Alice in Wonderland type of feel. Each issue is just so unique. Where with issue number 3, it really delved into the whole aftermath of with the father and with the town that they lived in being destroyed because of the father, and it's so well done. This is a series that I need to have every single cover. I need to go pick up every single first and second and third printing, because this series is just, it's something that I feel like it's like the best comic that's going at this very moment, or one of the best. And like this week, like the top, like the 3 here, just coming in at number 2, we have Lucifer. This, I just caught up with this series, and damn is it spectacular. The art is just breathtaking by Sebastian Fiumara. I know I butchered that name. And we have a story in here where Lucifer is in hell, and it's not the hell that he knows. He's basically a shell of what he used to be. And in here, he's been digging up relics that from his past. And in the latest issue number 4, we got to see some very big revelations happen. And I don't want to ruin those revelations, but going into issue number 5, I think we're at a turning point where this series is just going to go off the rails. Because so far, Lucifer has been a docile Lucifer. And now I'm excited to see how he comes out of this pit and wreaks havoc. Because this book, I hopefully is going to dive into the dreaming. And hopefully not too soon, but I feel like this Lucifer is very much understated. But once he comes out, I am so afraid of what he could become. And then coming in at number 1 is a book that has not come out since December. And it's the final issue for Hotline Special. This series by Elliot Rahal and George Fornes has been just really good noir. Really great noir. We had a story of this family that owned this little, it's like, kind of think of it like a little Subway joint, but they had a deal with the mafia, and when they were taking their food or some of their product to different chains, the mafia was using them to get drugs to different places, and the family wanted out of it. So the mafia decides to make to show their force, and they shoot up one of their shops when it was empty. Or at least they thought it was. Until they find out that the owner's grandkid was in there cleaning up, and he got killed. And now it's the family going after the mafia. And it has been spectacular. This series feels like it needs to be made into a film. It needs to be directed by the Coen brothers, because this stuff has some great stuff. So I'm super, super stoked to see how this book ends. Hopefully it ends with a bang, which you know it's going to be a bloody mess. So, those are my top 10 most anticipated. What was your top 10 most anticipated? What are you, comics you're most anticipating for tomorrow? Let me know down below. And now let's talk about what I've been doing lately. So, I felt bad last week. I missed a couple days because of the snow, and I didn't have my comics in. And I was working a lot, so I didn't get a lot of reading done. But luckily, though, this week, finally, the snow's gone away. The rain's come back, because of course I'm watching it and it has to rain all the time. But rain we can deal with. Rain's not going to stop my comics from coming to my shop. So on Wednesday, it's my day off, or I kind of have like a half day. On my regular days off, I go in and work like a half a shift, just help out during dinner time and help put the residents to bed and whatnot. So I'm going to go to my comic book shop, pick up 2 weeks worth of my independent books. And now, since I have a discount comic book service I'm using, most of my books that I'm picking up the independent books, I'm going to be picking them up in the from Discount Comic Service and having them come at the end of the month, so that I will be like saving like almost 25% after all the sales tax and delivery on almost more than like 70% of my comics that I buy. And with that other percentage, I'm going to be bringing out like the books I'm super excited for day one at the comic store, so I can talk about them here. And now that I also have picked up a subscription to Marvel Unlimited, DC Universe, which I talked about yesterday, and also I for like $5.99, I now have a subscription through Comixology Unlimited. So I have all these comics that I can start to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my comic shop that I have all my superhero stuff from, my Marvel and DC, I'm going to take that way back and only pick up the ones that I super want to read and also the ones that I want to collect. And then I'm going to go back and check out, through the Marvel Unlimited, check out runs that are happening at this very moment, at the very beginning, and try to catch up. And if I really love it, I will go and find the back issues or pick up the back issues on Comixology, and then get all the way caught up. And then if I want to, I will start picking them up regularly in the floppy form. Because I'm going to save the floppy form for my independent and for the DC Marvel stuff that I super love and that I want to keep on having the floppy form with me at all times. But with the other stuff, like the Supermans or even some of the Batman stuff, I'll just read it in Comixology and go from there. So the stuff that I just want the story for, I will read online. I'll go and buy it on Comixology. And then the stuff that I want to collect, those are the ones that you'll see me go and pick up every single Wednesday. So I'm super stoked for next Wednesday to come. I'm super stoked to go and check out some comics, because through the DC Unlimited, or the DC Universe, I have gone into Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol, and I'm going to be doing a video, hopefully, on that very soon. And I'm going to dive into Donny Cates' Venom series, which I'll talk about probably maybe tomorrow. Or, no, tomorrow will be for me to go and pick up my comics and do a comic call. But maybe after that comic call, I'll talk about my thoughts on maybe the first couple issues of Donny Cates' Venom run. So I'm really super stoked. Let me know down below, what do you guys recommend for me to go and check out that are like current comic book runs? I'll just start at the beginning. I really want to get into Black Panther and recommend some current runs that are happening that are really well done from Marvel or DC. And let me know down below. As always, people, my name is David Lee, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.